what is going on? Oh, everybody, I got confused because Casey trying to throw me off talking TNA Impact Wrestling. It was Genesis 2017, I guess you could say, for 126 2017. That was a pretty stacked show. I had a lot of title matches on it. Had Casey's favorite wrestler of all time winning a title back. But let's jump right into the show, I guess. We started out with the Broken Hardys coming out and talking about stuff. Did you say something?
Is your mic plugged in?
I hope so.
Because it sounds low.
It's not. Turn your volume up. Thanks.
It's probably because the logo's too low.
You're the absolute worst. Anyway, you're the absolute worst. Anyway, I like the Broken Hardys promo to start the show. I don't know about you, but I'm still so confused about these cases. Like, I get that the Hardys is one that is the number one case, so they can pick whatever they want to, but the rest of the cases still mean stuff. I feel like they change the rules every week. Am I wrong?
Like, I get the cases. Like,
need this money? It doesn't look like you need this.
What the?
I don't need it. That's free.
The hell?
Okay, you get the cases. Where you go? Where you at?
Some like an ad popped up, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't need that. But I get the cases. Like, the Hardys get number one, so say they can, or Jeff technically has it, so he can say, I'm gonna go for the world title in a whatever match. So nobody can change that. Nobody can do a world title pick match. So the DCC can then pick like a tag team title match, and then they each have to. They can pick a title, but they can't pick the same title that another. It's confusing, but I don't know. Also,
but it's not Billy Corgan confusing.
Yeah, but also what I don't get is they're doing this next week on Open Fight Night. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of Open Fight Night if you need a briefcase to challenge, bruh?
Yeah. Are they gonna bring back Dead Check for Open Fight Night? But I like this promo though. It set up the three-way tag team championship match between DCC and the K. Still getting used to the K's music. Still just kind of weird to me. But I still like that the DCC kind of keeps the team intact. James Stone's kind of the singles guy. Kingston and Bram are kind of the tag team guys. I like that. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the opening promo before we get to the first match of the night?
I definitely like it. I like that Steve got to talk. I like when he actually talks on promos, because usually, recently anyway, it's all been kind of Rosemary just talking. And we get to hear like Abyss say he's beautiful all the time, which is great, but we don't get those crazy Steve promos anymore. And I love how he cuts his promos. It's kind of it's unique, but it's a little bit kind of Joker-esque, if anyone gets or has seen the Joker movie. Yeah, but I definitely like it. I like that it set up the match and everything for the titles that I knew that nobody was gonna win. Why would they change? Why would they change hands? Why would that happen?
Because the Hardys are the greatest tag team in all time and space.
But the DCC is the Death Crew. That is the stupidest name ever. I'm sorry. It's dumb.
There's too much like Crew and Council. Like Crew and Council is like the same. It's all a group name.
It's a name that doesn't make sense. Like, What is a Death Crew Council? Like if it was like the Death Crew, I'd be like, okay, that sounds like a gang or something. But then you add Council, and it's like, what? Like it goes from edgy to like, what? I don't know. But yeah, and the Decay's new. I don't like it. I don't like their new music. They need to go back to the old.
Also, I don't know if you caught it. Well, they can't. I don't think they have the rights to it anymore. But I think Billy Corgan was the one that had the rights to those songs. Because that's why Drew Galloway's song isn't the same anymore. I don't know if you caught that. Coming back to the Rising song tonight.
Oh, I didn't even. That's weird because it's not his song though. It's Marilyn Manson's song. So,
I don't know if like Corgan was the one that worked out the deal or whatever to get that song. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but we had the three-way tag team match. I like the three-way tag team match. It didn't feel like it was kind of like the same old story, which I like. Obviously, the Hardys won because I think that they need to pull the trigger on the BCC winning the title at some point, soonish.
Yeah.
You know, because like I love the Hardys, I do, but the BCC is kind of like the new big thing now. They need to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. But yeah, I mean, definitely a good match. Any additional thoughts on the match? I know you kind of gave your thoughts, but
it was a good match. It felt like it was something new. And I think all three teams kind of work well together, which is a good thing. But yeah, there wasn't anything like amazing about the match, but it was a good match.
Let's move on to the backstage segment with Drew Galloway. Basically, it was just letting everybody know he's going to come out and issuing up a challenge, which he did, which Moose accepted. And I enjoyed I enjoyed the Grand Championship match tonight. I thought it was good. I definitely thought it was good. I still like Drew using a low blow because I think what's going to happen is he's going to keep doing it, and it's going to force a rule change in some form or fashion with the Grand Championship, whether it be like it's going to turn more into a more traditional title because it was Billy Corgan's idea and he's not there anymore, or it's going to just force a rule change within the system in some form or fashion. Because like we see Drew Galloway losing points for the low blow, but it doesn't matter because the low blow is what sets up the victory. Maybe they might change the way he loses the round or something.
9-10, 9-10.
Yeah, I still don't pay attention to the numbers that much anymore. But yeah, like I mean, definitely thought it was a good match. Felt like Drew Galloway was going to win anyway, so but definitely a good match. Casey, thoughts on the Grand Championship match and kind of the low blow finish again? Is that going to change anything or thoughts?
Well, I mean, first they need to explain the points, introduce us to the, judges and all that stuff that we've been wanting for weeks now that we still don't get. But I mean, it was a good match. I kind of like that, that he's doing, the dirty tactics to win, building up that heel heat.
And we haven't seen that yet from the Grand Championship.
Yeah, it's been more like straightforward, following the rules type thing. So he's kind of breaking away from that.
And even with AMX, they didn't like take away points or anything.
Yeah.
It technically doesn't matter, but
yeah, because it's all 9-10. But the only thing and I've said this in the past, about the Grand Champions is I don't like that the only matches that you have when you're a Grand Champion is a Grand Championship match. Like they don't just have just single non-title matches anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I don't like, and that's what I think. Kind of like I said.
It's just been recent though, because when AMX had it, he did. Because I know at least when he was kind of doing his thing with Jesse Yards, he had like a couple single matches here and there.
I only remember him having.
I know it was at least one.
But I think that's kind of what hurt Moose too. Is it was only the Grand Championship matches. He didn't just have regular matches, and we talked about that a little bit. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, about how he didn't get to show a lot of what he can do outside of the Grand Championship match style. But yeah, it was a good match.
All right. Let's jump into next. I'm just gonna put the lunch date thing or the date thing in the same thing because I didn't care about it. Laura was on a date with Braxton and stuff. What did this matter? Besides Laurel in a dress, like what did this matter? And the only thing I think is it didn't matter. I don't think it, but I mean, I don't think it mattered this week. I think it's really gonna matter like next week. When they try to rub in Alex face and stuff like that. But this week I think it was just kind of build a little bit. But thoughts on the date with Laurel and Braxton, and Laurel likes herself a lot and stuff.
They can have Laurel doing anything. She can go out to dinner. She can get in a car. She can do anything, and I have no problem with it at all. But we were talking off camera before, and I was like, Laurel does know that he can't afford this restaurant. I mean, he didn't get his $5, so he don't have the money. But I don't like that. I feel like they cut it off too, like these segments too early. Like, I think the last one was when he kind of went to, quote unquote, went to the bathroom or whatever, and just left her. They didn't show anything after that, with her realizing that he left. It just felt like they left at that point, and I was like, okay, like they could have capitalized on that and got seen her start to get mad that he left. I just thought they should have done that. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait till next week to kind of get the fallout from that, and I don't know. What was the other part?
That was it. It was just those two those two dates or whatever. Those two parts, I guess. Next we had Jade versus Rosemary Monsters Ball. I enjoyed this match. I liked it. I saw somebody comment on this on Facebook. They were like, it was weird how Rosemary took all the spots, but Jade was the one that died after the superplex, because she got pinned off the one superplex through the table. But I don't know. I think to me it kind of makes sense because Jade isn't used to being in these type of matches, so she's not really used to enduring the I guess extreme type of pain. Whereas this kind of Rosemary's thing. So I enjoyed it though. I like freaking the barbed wire board spots. God, they didn't have to do it like that. The moonsault was pretty cool. I like the moonsault. I think she did like an STO or something like that on Rosemary on the barbed wire board. But I just like the amount of try hard in this match. I thought it felt like they were really really trying to put on a good match, and I enjoyed it. Glad that Rosemary won. I kind of want to see what else they're going to do with her. Gail Kim came out after the match, and Gail Kim basically was going to just give aid to Jade, and Rosemary hit with the mist, and that was kind of it. So I wonder, is Gail Kim going to kind of try to be like the savior and probably fail, or what's going to happen with that? But Casey, thoughts on Jade versus Rosemary and Monsters Ball?
I definitely liked it. It was good. I do kind of wish that Jade took some more spots because she can and she has in the past in not in Impact, but she was in CZW for a while, and she's done.
You mean Anthem Championship Wrestling?
Yeah, she hasn't done it in Anthem Championship Wrestling yet, but she definitely she was in CZW, and I think she's been in some
Oh God, how do you really CZW? Like, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could live after being in CZW.
You know, you just you push through. But yeah, no, I like wifey taking, the barbed wire board spots. I was like, nah, bruh, nah, that's my wife somehow. I still don't understand how we got married, but like we did. It happened. But definitely, I feel like they could have done more, but it was good for what it was. And I like the mist on Gail Kim after the match.
All right. Let's jump into the next a video. We had the Caleb Conley video, which I was hyped for. It's like, yeah, Caleb Conley finally. I'm so hyped. I like Caleb Conley. I like the video. I like kind of how he's trying to etch his name in the X division. I guess probably a smart time to debut him since Andrews is gone now. So we got Caleb Conley versus Andrew Everett versus Trevor Lee versus Marshay Rocket versus DJ Z. And for the X Division Championship, definitely a good match. It was definitely good. Like, there was a lot of high flying going on. And I love how these guys work together, even though it is a multi-man match. There's a lot of stuff going on. But after the match, when DJ Z wins with the ZDT, Trevor Lee attacks the leg, and obviously, as the case where he could, if he wanted to, next week challenge for the X Division Championship. So it looks like they're going to do that, and they might actually. I have a feeling they're going to pull the trigger on it and have him win it. I don't know how you feel about that, but Casey, thoughts on Caleb Conley's video and the 5-way X Division Championship match?
First of all, this man DJ here confused the hell out of me with this match, because I watched Impact a little bit late, like the same day, but like just like an hour or two late. And I go on my Facebook feed and I see that I had posted something about Caleb Conley, and I'm like, I didn't, wait, what? I didn't post any. And then I remembered that our Twitter is attached to my Facebook, so it automatically posts to my timeline.
So sometimes I post my articles on our Twitter just to post on your timeline.
And then I delete them because they suck. But definitely, it was a good match. It bothered me a little bit that it was a 5-way. I was like, why can't you just add one more person, make it 6? I don't like odd numbers.
You like triple threat matches?
What?
You like triple threat matches?
I don't.
Do you like one-on-one matches? Because technically one is a odd number.
I like one-on-one matches.
But it's an odd number, so.
I like tag team matches.
But it's an odd number, so.
I like fatal. Shut up. Well, there's 2 people in the match, so it's
odd. 1-on-1. And then tag team is 1-on-1 versus 1-on-1.
But I like this match. I thought it was good. The only thing that, and I don't know if this kind of bothered you too, but last week they had Trevor Lee kind of, goofy and showing a little bit of his personality and, more lighthearted. And this week, all of a sudden, he's like a heel. Or I mean, he's a heel anyway, but he was a vicious heel. And it was like, but last week he was having fun and being sarcastic. And like, now he's just, what? It just felt weird to me. I kind of want them to keep more of that, his personality and like that, the funny side of him. But I definitely hope they finally pull the trigger and have either, Trevor Lee or anybody win the title. I kind of wanted, and this is the thing that I hate about these, pay-per-view impacts or whatever, is when they don't have, like, there was only one title change. There should, for a pay-per-view, like an Impact themed pay-per-view, whatever, I think you should at least have two of the titles change hands. Or it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like any different than a regular Impact.
Yeah.
Especially like a Genesis. Like, I feel like somebody should have, won the title.
I think they might be setting up for something next week, though.
Well, then they should have had Genesis next week.
They should have had Genesis open fight night. I mean, come on.
Wrong with that. This is why we need to book TNA.
Rabbit commented, beast, monster, animal. We about to get there.
We're going to skip that. We don't need to talk about that.
We got Vanguard 1 showing Jeff his potential opponents for Matt's premonition. So that happened. And it was like, obviously, like all the opponents as far as title matches that he's eligible for. So DJZ, I think it actually showed Eddie Edwards at one point. That changed quick. But anyway, thoughts on Vanguard 1 showing Jeff his opponents? Did you have a premonition during this portion? I need to know.
What happened was there was an issue with my remote, so I had to test the fast forward. I had to test it.
Bruh.
It worked. It worked.
Bruh. Anyway, we had the backstage segment with the Wolves. And I don't know about you. I think we were on the same wavelength here. I was like, Davey's turning heel tonight. like, because they were teasing it so much. So I was like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Thoughts on that backstage segment or kind of the Wolves thing that they're doing?
I'm so mad. They started teasing that like when he returned. Like bro. Come on.
He couldn't run down to the ring.
Yeah. He ain't been running that much, so he just had to stretch out the hammies and everything, But yeah, I was waiting so hard for that heel turn, and it just hate you, Impact. Stupid owl.
Blame the owl. Let's jump into the main event. We had the Lashley versus Eddie Edwards 30-minute Ironman match. I was really excited for this match. I think they lied. Like, they said that there has been 7 Ironman matches in TNA's history. When? I need to know because I ain't seen not one. I don't remember. And I'm pretty good about my TNA history for the most part. I don't remember none of these Ironman matches, not one. I have to look them up, but I was definitely excited though because it seemed like it had been a while at least since we'd had one in TNA. But it was definitely a good match. I like that Lashley kind of got up on the 2-0 run with the the whole dominance thing. I like that that power bomb on the ramp was ridiculous. I think Eddie died a little bit. I like Eddie's kind of his comeback with the using the exposed turnbuckle to his advantage, and then I think he got one with the Boston Knee Party. And then I like the submission, the kind of submission finish at the end with Lashley just holding on for like an entire minute. I like that. There was a lot of like storytelling with that and everything too. Just with Lashley continuing to fight through, even though it's been a long grueling match. I like that I like that finish because it kind of made it feel like it could go either way, which I really liked. It made it feel like it could. That there were either one could win because I felt like I thought it was gonna be there was gonna be something where Eddie Edwards because I didn't expect Lashley to win for some reason, but I thought there was gonna be something where Eddie Edwards ended up getting a tie, like tying it, and then winning it that way. So then Lashley could still complain about not actually losing. But yeah, real quick, Marcus. Yeah, I agree. I don't want Anthem Championship Wrestling. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that to us. Don't do it. But it feels like Anthem Championship Wrestling though. But definitely a good match though. Definitely a good match. You know, I enjoyed this match. A little bit of me is like I want more Iron Man matches, but I like I like the fact that when you finally get them, it's it's good. I actually enjoy them. ECW. Oh god. Casey, thoughts on the Iron Man match?
Well, I'm throwing the challenge flag. I think that Lashley
They finally did the 3-arm thing that you love so much.
What?
They finally did the 3-arm raise thing that you love so much.
Yeah, they didn't even did that though. They didn't even. I saw him tap. I saw it. The ref was in a bad position. He should have been in a better position. I saw it. Davey, he just missed his cue to come out for the heel turn. That is the only way I would have been okay with this, is if Davey did a heel turn and caused Eddie to lose the title or get distracted. Like, I was told that Lashley was getting ready for a fight and he was training, taking him away from the title picture, and then no.
Like, I know you're not happy about this, but I think it's better for Lashley to have a title and put somebody over than I don't think Eddie's gonna be the one to put somebody over like that.
He is. He's the greatest.
Like now, this is just hypothetical because I've heard the name. So if TNA decides to bring in like a Ryback to be the next, obviously Lashley, putting him over by having him beat Lashley for the title, bam, over AF. Or Stu in it. Yeah. Continue.
Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Anyway, that was your Genesis 2017 review, or your TNA Impact Wrestling review for 1/26/2017. How do you?
Yeah, this wasn't Genesis.
However you want to put it. But I like the show for the most part. The matches were good. I think we could have had some more title changes, but the matches were good. But I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen at Open Fight Night since they're bringing it back. Hashtag bring back gut check. Do it. And it needs to happen. We need Brian Cage back on the gut check. What you say?
British boot camp.
But we'll see you guys next time. Coming up, I think tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be Sunday. The 6-pack. I'm hoping tomorrow.
It's gonna be tomorrow.
It might not be tomorrow.
We got so much to do Sunday.
Do we?
Yeah, we got the pay-per-view.
Okay.
That probably starts at like 3 because WWE.
It's the pre-show. We can do the 6-pack during the pre-show. But anyway, we'll have the 6-pack coming up very soon. We should have followed us on Twitter at @TW_podcast. And we'll see you guys later on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always,